Welcome back, everyone, to another incredible episode of Chat with Dan here. For tonight, we have on the show the incredible, the amazing, the badass, superstar, the legendary, the one and only Kendyl. Kendyl, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
That's great to know. And what better way, right? What better way to have an epic, fantastic evening than to be chatting with someone as badass as you? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Amazing. Now, before we start, I do want to thank those who are tuning in. Also, description below, you're gonna find all of Kendyl's social media. Let's follow her. Let's make her viral. Hashtag Team Kendyl, and let's find out why she's super badass. Now, without further more, let's jump in here. So, I want to start this whole conversation, right, by throwing out the first question, which is, what drew you into acting in the first place? You know, was there a specific moment in life or something that made you realize, you know what, this is gonna be my passion now?
Um, yeah, it was a long time ago. I started acting when I was really young. So I honestly started because of my sister. I have an older sister who I've always really looked up to, and she did a lot of musical theater. She did a lot of like fun plays like Alice in Wonderland, all that kind of stuff. So seeing her in those when I was little, I always really looked up to her, and I saw how much fun she had. So I decided that I was gonna try it out myself. Um, and then I think my first play was in grade four. And I remember I was so nervous to audition. But when I got the role and I got to play the lead with one of my best friends when I was younger, and it was so much fun. Like I struggled a lot in school, so I never really had fun in school, but as soon as I was on stage, I just had a blast and I got to finally show a part of myself that I never really got to. And I think that's what really drew me to it.
There you go. An epic start for an epic person. That is amazing. And you know, it's awesome. Like whenever you get like those moments in which suddenly like everything clicks for for some reason, and you're like, yeah, and like at that point you realize that this is the right path for you. You know, like you have like that gut feeling telling you like, you know what, this is the right path for you. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's cool. That's cool. Now focusing a little bit on your whole, acting career. Tell me, how do you how do you approach getting into the whole mindset of the character? I mean, do you have a specific technique going on, or like what is your thing here?
Yeah, when I first get a character description, or if I end up booking a character, I like to read the whole synopsis of them
Mhm.
and create kind of a background story that might not be in the forms that they give me. So if they tell me like this is where they live, this is their friends, I like to create a more personal background to them of their favorite food or why this person is their best friend, why they live there to make it a little bit more personable.
Mhm.
I love to make a facial expression for each of my characters. So
Okay.
when I'm about to self-tape, I can kind of like get into the mindset really quickly and do that. So that really helps me.
Okay. Okay. That is pretty cool. And tell me, like, how you continue to challenge yourself as an actor and grow as a person at the same time.
Well, when I'm not auditioning and filming, I still like to do it just for fun because I find what I used to do is I would just wait for the auditions to come in and it
Mhm.
felt more like a job. So now what I like to do is I like to get scenes or find monologues that I like to do on my personal time and challenge myself just to kind of work the muscle, so it's
Yeah.
never lost.
Yeah. Okay. And moving on here a little bit and going back again to your, acting career, tell me, is there a particular genre or type of character that you haven't portrayed yet, but you will love to explore that anytime in the near future?
Yeah, I would really like to play something cool like a prisoner, like something Wentworth kind of vibes.
Mm,
I think that would just be a different kind of mindset to get into because you have to think of the good and the bad of why they're in that circumstance. And I think that'd be really neat to play around with.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. I love it. I love that. And have you ever had like a role that made a significant impact on you personally? And if it did that ever affected you, or how did that affected you?
Yeah, this one's kind of a crazy one. I was in a play in my school, Vancouver Film School, where I got the opportunity to be in a play called Soft Dude, and I played the role of Doll, and she was this crazy live character. She was a sex worker from New York, so she had a thick New York accent and everything. And I got assigned this role and I got it and I was like, how the hell am I gonna play this
Yeah.
off? But it was a lot of practice and preparation for the role and just kind of looking into her background because she had a really dark past with things. So I had
Hmm.
to look at again like why she does this job, why she's in the environment she's in. And I got on stage for the first time ever performing it. And I don't even remember what happened. I'm not even lying. Like I got on stage and it kind of felt like a lucid dream because afterwards I was like, whoa. I was so invested in the character and how it was infecting me that I didn't really remember like playing the role,
Hmm. Hmm.
which was kind of crazy. And it affected me a lot because after that, I had to perform it for like a week straight and I had to be in her mindset. So, kind of separating doll from like Kendall in a healthy way was a little bit difficult, but I still am like so in love with that character.
Hmm. And now like that you mentioned that, tell me like how you handle the whole expectations when you know when you're about to play a character. I mean, it's inevitable, right? Happens. So how you manage to stay relaxed or at least like stay focused and not letting like those bugs minding your head and you know making you feel like uncomfortable or even like having like second thoughts. You know what I mean? So how you handle like all of those pressure?
Um, I like to take it step by step, take it day by day because as an actor, it definitely happens. Like I'll do a film take. I was just in a web series and I did a scene and then right after it's like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done this. I should have acted this way. I
Mm.
didn't go full in the role and now we can't retake it. But then I kind of have to trust my instincts on it. I have to
Mm.
just tell myself like, hey, no, you did your best. You went out there and you acted and you were prepared. And I kind of have to leave it in the past, kind of get in a different, more positive mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is like the best. Yeah, that is like the healthiest way possible. I mean, it's inevitable, right? That you will have like second thoughts on it, or be like, you know what, I should have done this or said this, or you know things like that. But yeah, I mean, I do agree that probably like the best solution to everything is just go for it. You know what I mean? To just jump for it and let yourself go and not letting. And once it's done, be like, okay, I did the best I could. I mean, you know, and trying to not let that to affected you, because otherwise you're gonna start having like a lot of second thoughts, you know, which is crazy. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Now, what do you enjoy the most about the whole process of bringing a character to life?
I like the whole process. Oh, I love the whole process. But I think my favorite part is the end result and
Mm,
showing the director what I've been working on.
mm,
Like when they give me a character, when they give me their notes and their feedback, and I go by myself and I work on it, bringing whoever's writing to life, because that director and that writer has worked so hard and has an image for that character. And if I
totally.
get it where they want it and I see them happy, it's like it's so cool. It's so fulfilling.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And you know, also the audience can, I mean, the audience can tell, you know, whenever you are, whenever you get you put like your maximum effort to create something, you know, on this case, to present a character. I mean, you can totally feel like that connection, you know, and when sometimes you can, I mean, we can also tell the difference when it feels like a little bit of like a cardboard character. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. And the impact on the audience is also a huge thing. Like if you can impact the audience in a specific way, that's where it's at.
Totally, totally. Now, you know what? Let's say that one day I call you and I tell you that I want to become an actor. Now, here's the thing. I have zero experience. So based on what you know and what you've been through, what do you think it would be important for me to know before jumping into this career?
It's a hard one. I would say I would just let you know that it's going to be a challenge,
Mm,
that
okay.
it's not something that's going to happen overnight, that it's not, oh, I want to be an actor. I'm going to be like the next top actor tomorrow. And if I'm not going to make it, then I'll just give up.
Totally.
And I think it's a climb, you know, it's a process that not everyone can do, not everyone is capable of doing, but I think if you're someone who can try hard and be proud of yourself and not put yourself down, then you should jump for it and you should just go for it.
There you go. I tell you what, if I ever become an actor, if at some point I win something, I'll be mentioning you on my thank you speech. Sounds like a plan. Love it. Now, what is the most important lesson that you have learned throughout your whole acting career so far?
I was actually thinking about this one today when I was doing my audition. This is one that I have just recently come to learn within
Okay.
this past year of my acting career, and it's that it's not a competition.
Hmm.
You know, viewing other actors as a competition, viewing the industry as a competition is something that I used to do. I would be like, oh, I'm not going to get this role because there's a million other blonde girls that look like me, that act like me, that can do just as good as me. But I had to stop thinking like that. I had to think that, okay, this role is really cool, and there's other actors out there that are just as talented. And that's fine. You know, they're not competition, they're just other amazing people that are showing their craft. And if you look at it as a competition, you just won't have any fun. You just
Totally.
won't. So that's definitely the biggest lesson I've learned.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And like, what do you think? It's like the biggest misconception that people have about actors.
Mm. I'd say that actors don't work hard. I've heard a lot of people say that. I've
Hmm.
heard a lot of people say like, "Oh, you're an actor. Like that's so cool. You get to read lines off a script all day. That's not that hard." And I'm like, "Oh, you don't know the half of it." I'm like, I'm like, there's so much work and time and sweat and effort that gets put into not only the stuff you see on screen, but behind the scenes. You know, there's training for the role, there's the table
Hmm.
read, there's the audition. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things out there that, I mean, at the end of the day, we just don't know about. Yeah, we just don't know about it. We just see the final product, and that's it. But like once you take like a little, yeah, like a small look on how everything got done for like for a specific scene, or even for the whole project, perhaps like you can understand like a little bit more to it and be like, oh, okay, here I go. And you know, it's true. I think most people think that that acting is just learn your lines and you're good to go, right? And we can totally see sometimes that even like for TV shows, movies, or even plays as well, that they will that like the main character, let's say, will go like the extra mile to it into a point that you actually believe it. You know what I mean? And I think that is really cool whenever you get the chance to present a character, but also that the audience can relate to it. You know, that the audience can really care about it. I mean, we have seen it like a lot of times, like whenever they will kill, yeah, like they will kill our beloved character, you will see people even crying, you know?
Oh yeah. For sure. I think that's such a powerful thing too, the fact that people that are acting as characters that are trying to tell other people's stories can impact humans so
Totally,
much. I think that's crazy. That's so important.
totally, totally. And if you could give, if you could give one word to describe the feeling when you either step on stage or in front of the camera, which word would it be?
Um, I would say maybe electrified.
Right.
It's such an adrenaline rush.
I'll take it. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if your life were a sitcom, what would be the title of it? But also, who would play the fictional version of yourself?
Ooh. Um, I would say maybe like Phoebe Buffay from Friends, like a young version of
Okay.
Lisa. And the title maybe being just big crazy adventures, just never knowing what's gonna happen next, but going with it.
Okay. Take it. Sounds, yeah, it sounds interesting. Sounds fun. Now, what do you think? You know what? Let's say that they're gonna make a film in which all of the characters you have played at the moment, all of them, they're all gonna gather to celebrate your birthday. But here's the thing, we need a title. So what do you think that will be the title for that film?
Hmm. Oh wow. I don't think any of my characters would get along. I don't think uh I've played so many different random ones from like the mean person to a nice person to like a lion in a
Hmm.
Lion King film. So I think maybe just pure chaos.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And how could you describe, like the whole feeling? Yeah, like how, like a whole career, right? Like how could you describe your whole career? But you know what? This time, either on a drink or a meal.
Mm, oh, a drink or a meal? I'll go with drink. I think something really just like out there, like
Hmm.
a color changing margarita or something really
Okay.
wild it's like hard to make and there's a lot of ingredients that goes into it, but the final product is just so good. It's like there's so many different aspects that you have to put into acting,
Hmm.
like self-tape equipment, auditioning, rejection, but the final thing of seeing yourself and your film on the big screen is like very accepting and mind blowing.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Couldn't agree more. I'll take it. Sure. Now, what are what are some of the things that we can expect from you in the future?
Um, well, you can expect to see me in the web series that's going to be coming out soon and my short film, and also some probably really funny bloopers from my audition tapes that I post on my Instagram.
Sounds like a plan. I love
Yeah.
it. And like, what motivates you? You know, we all have those days that basically we just want to quit, right? It's inevitable, happens to all of us. Doesn't matter what we're doing, it happens. So how you stay focused on during like during those moments, and how you maintain yourself, not letting yourself being affected by those toxic thoughts.
That's hard. There's some really hard days, you know, especially as an actor getting down on yourself or
Yeah.
auditioning and not getting the role and just wanting to just sit and not do anything.
Mm.
And I think what gets me through is honestly, I have so much support from my friends and my family as well. And I also have just this, it's a fight in my head being like, I need to do this. You know,
Mm.
I came all the way to Vancouver. I went to school. I need to prove to myself that I can do this and not being like, oh, I need to be famous. Just being like,
Mm.
I need to send that one audition in, even if it's something small. I need to film or just read a script, something tiny that
Yeah.
makes me think that I can do this.
Yeah, totally. You know, I have discovered that when you like when you do something because you love it, and you don't pay attention to, the money, the fame, like all of those stuff. If you just focus on doing your stuff and that's it, eventually like things like that will come like at some point. Sure, it's gonna be a process, but I think that's like the whole beauty of it, right? The fact that you get the chance to enjoy a whole experience, which is getting into, into like a better position or like keeping improving your career. I think that is one of the most like awesome rides, and sometimes we just tend to forget about it and we just focus on, on the we just focus on one stuff only. And because of that, at the same time, you don't get the chance to actually enjoy the ride, and see everything of it. So
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You have to, the cliche, you have to love what you do. You just
totally,
have to.
totally, which is a pain in the butt sometimes, but it's the way it is, right?
Definitely.
And you know what? My last question, so we can all enjoy and relax after a couple of difficult questions here and there. Here it goes. What do you think that will be the best title for this episode?
Um, I think just dream big.
Dream
Just
big.
dream big.
Okay, I'll take it because that's gonna be like the whole title for this episode.
Mm.
Okay, dream big it is. Sounds like a plan. I mean, at the end, what can I say? It's incredible what you do. It's impressive. Yeah, I'm happy the fact that you are not only doing something that makes you happy, but you're also showing out there, especially in this crazy dark times in which people are just crazy somehow. But the fact that we can rely on someone like you in this case, that actually are showing us that it is possible for you to focus on your dreams, right? For you to actually make a passion make a career of a passion or something that you love. I think that is really cool, and we should actually like pay attention to it. And I'm super sure that our next conversation will be about the multiple thousands projects you've been here. I mean, who knows? Maybe you're even own action figure at some point. Just saying.
That'd be awesome. I'm dreaming big for it.
There you go. So yeah, thank you so much for making this happen. I also want to thank those who tuned in the whole episode. As I said on the description below, you're gonna find all of Kendyl's social media. Let's follow her. Let's make her viral. Now we discover why she's super badass. But also on my channel, you're gonna find all type of content. I mean, we do have the interviews, gaming too, soon music. I mean, we are getting big everywhere. But anyway, Kendyl, thanks so much for making this happen. Keep rocking out there. Keep shining. Keep being this incredible, amazing, badass woman you always are. And I'll see you in the next one.
Awesome. Thank you.